Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo season! It's been an eventful Olympics, wouldn't you say? By the time people see this, the Olympics is over, but I've been having a great time. What about you?
I don't have the attention span for the Olympics, so I just check to see if the people that I know and like essentially black women in general have have medaled. Other than that, I couldn't care less about what's going on in the Olympics.
Gotcha. So you've heard about Noah Lyles?
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on him, if you have any thoughts?
So I saw when he won his first medal. I don't know if it
Mm-hmm.
was his first medal, but I know I saw he won gold in something. And he
Mm-hmm.
was very cocky, which I feel like if you can, if I win a gold medal, you're not going to be able to talk to me any kind of way. I don't care what's going on in my life. I win a gold medal at the Olympics. You're not talking to me like I'm regular because I'm not regular.
I mean, okay, so I get it, right? I get the feelings that come along with, being supposedly the GOAT. However, I feel like he's quite overrated. I congratulate him for all of his, accomplishments and,
Mm-hmm.
black, so we
Mm-hmm.
we 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 doing that. But like, if you're gonna be as cocky as you are, you can't just win the 100 meter by a nose hair. Like, it can't be that they got to take pictures to be like, oh my gosh, who won this? Because clearly, if it was left up to me, Jamaican man would have had that. He looked better. Noah Lyles barely
Well,
barely made it. And then his
I
that wasn't even the event that he was supposed to win.
I because when I first saw I basically catch the repeats because I can't,
Hmm.
again, I don't have
Hmm.
the attention span.
Hmm.
And so there was a lot of uproar about Noah Lyles' win. But one thing I do know about racing, because a lot of the people who assume that the Jamaican guy won because his foot was over the line, is your torso. And
Yeah.
so he was actually a little bit further back than Noah was. And he should have really, he should have
Yeah. Yeah.
did the Superman or
I,
something
I think he
into
was
it.
just a
But
little too muscular. I think that's the
yeah,
only reason he
so,
didn't win. But like, other
but
than that,
I,
like,
But I mean, I get it. I can see how he could leave a little bit to be left, to be desired.
to be desired. Yeah.
However, I don't care if I win a gold medal
Mm-hmm.
by nose hair.
Mm-hmm.
I win gold in anything. I am going to be the most obnoxious person. That's why I don't think Simone Biles gets enough credit because, like, I've heard stories where people are like, "Oh, I've seen her in public and she wasn't the nicest or whatever." Which I need y'all to understand too that just because you like a celebrity doesn't mean that the celebrity owes you time.
Right.
That's how I feel. So if
Right.
I would have ever approached Simone Biles and she was like, "No, I'm not taking autographs or taking pictures," I'm gonna respect the queen, keep her moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Outside of that, though, she is still very humble, despite how many gold medals she has.
This is.
And let me just be clear, that could not be me. That would not be me.
You see, I'm under the impression like, yo, first off, I want to under promise and over deliver. That's me per se. I guess that's my cusp, the end of Virgo. Because I guess
Right.
maybe if I was more in the middle or early Virgo,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I would
Mm-hmm.
have that same vibe. But I don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I just feel like if you got all this big talk, you shouldn't be winning by a little bit. And also, he lost the event that he was supposed to win. Like, he didn't lose it, but like, he didn't win gold, in the 200.
Apparently he had COVID,
COVID and all of that. Blah.
which
Listen,
that annoys me more
come on.
than him being braggadocious because I don't care what y'all say, COVID is nothing to mess around with. So you
Yeah.
shouldn't even been running in the first place if you're gonna be 100%.
Right.
Because now we don't know how many people gonna come back from the Olympics
Yeah.
with COVID, and now they're gonna
Right.
spread it, and now we're gonna have another epidemic on our hand with
I don't know about all
COVID
that.
during the fall.
I don't know
All
about
right,
all that. I don't know
people have
about
to be
all
on a
that, but
plane, coughing in each other's faces. Like I'm just, it's just at this party. People stop covering their mouths. Let me say something. COVID. I get another warning about COVID and me having to get another vaccine shot.
it's Noah Lyles' fault. Anyway, I bring all of that up to say when you got all that stuff to say, you gotta anticipate that everybody is coming for you. So you gotta be at the top of your game. When I'm telling you all these women are out here like killing every single event that they're doing, and not by a little bit, by a lot. And
No,
so
they
like
are.
it's the Olympics. This is the top of the top. Hopefully you feel better, but like 2024 Olympics was not your thing, sir. Sorry.
I just know whenever we start talking about somebody, I'm like, let me go Google if they're a Virgo. He's a Cancer, so we don't got to worry about that. Because I just can't, I can't. I just know we be talking cash shit about people, and
Right.
next thing you know, they'll be like Virgo, and then I'm like,
Right.
see now, I
So,
can't
so,
have this.
so I really wasn't supposed to be bringing up Noah Lyles. I was really supposed to be bringing up the guy. You heard about the guy who was afraid of the hurdles, right?
No,
He got
shut
over
up,
it.
shut up. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Shut up. Too early. Okay, it's too early. Shut up. But today in the Tufts group chat, I was made aware that breakdancing is now an Olympic sport.
Today?
And I want everyone to know that they need to, this year should be, I think it's brand new. I don't know if this is the
Yeah, it's
first
the
year they've
first,
had
yeah,
it.
inaugural, yeah, yeah.
Let this be the last year that they have it. Okay, let this be the last year that they had it, because I watched a clip of breakdancing and I have never been, the amount of secondhand embarrassment I had gotten from watching these people
Oh man.
breakdance.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I said that I don't care what I gold medal in. If I gold medal in breakdancing at the Olympics, I'm embarrassed and you would never know. Because
Mm,
what I saw,
mm.
let this be the last year. And whoever decided to make that recommendation and convince other people that break dancing needed
Oh
to be
man.
an event at the Olympics,
Right.
they are no longer allowed to make adult decisions and they're no longer allowed to be involved in adult conversations, because what is that?
I haven't seen it yet, so I can't speak to it. I'm gonna catch the replay later, so I guess we can
Like,
talk about it next week.
shout out to one of my friends, not the Jasmine that we know, but another friend named Jasmine, who was like,
Mm-hmm.
one of the dancers literally looked like she was on like the PTA line to pick up her kid. Like, what is going on here? Like, what is going on here?
I mean, it is what it is. But on a more serious note,
Mm-hmm.
I fell down a rabbit hole doing some research about something that really kind of irks me a bit. So there's a runner from Namibia called Christine Mboma, I believe that's her
Okay.
name. That's her name. In the Tokyo Olympics, she shocked everybody because she came out of what they called nowhere and was really a top contender in Tokyo. And so all of a sudden, there was all of this scrutiny towards her because they didn't think that she was a woman. And so she was then subjected to take testing for DSDs. I can't remember exactly what the DSDs are called, but it's some sort of testing to figure out, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're a female or not.
Mm-hmm.
They found out that her testosterone levels were too high. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
now, pardon me, because I'm going to be looking at my notes just so that I can
Mm-hmm.
understand exactly what I'm trying to say. They say when these women have too much testosterone, they have an advantage when it comes to competing against the rest of the athletes in their
Mm-hmm.
category. And so I'm like, all right, I don't recall ever hearing, and I tried to do some research, and I don't think that men are subjected to these same tests to figure out if they're a man or not. Some men have low testosterone, and so they don't tell them that they can't compete.
And some men have high estrogen levels.
This is what I'm saying. There's so many more things here. They banned her from competing. They said, I believe, she had to take some sort of medication. There's two different ways they could treat these high testosterone levels. There's surgery, which would basically, if they go in and find, some of these women have internal testes, which occur naturally and will allow for them to have higher levels of testosterone, which,
Mm-hmm.
if they were to go in and do the surgery, they would have to be on hormone replacement for the rest of their life. Then there's
Mm-hmm.
another option where they can take medication, and then over the course of 6 months, this thing will bring their testosterone levels down, so to speak, but it also has side effects which causes fatigue and blood clots,
Mm-hmm.
just to name a few. So either one of these treatments are not great for the person, because now there's lots of setbacks or whatever for people who were born women,
Mm-hmm.
who lived their lives as women, who competed as
Mm-hmm.
women, which is I would okay. I'm okay. The question that I have for you is,
Mm-hmm.
if this is the case, why aren't we testing men?
Yeah, I get right.
What if they're saying that this is an advantage? What about other sports, like men's sports, particularly? Let's say basketball, where you have a person like Victor Wembanyama, who is 7 foot 4 inches with a wingspan of 8 feet. He has a natural thing that causes him to be that tall, which gives him an advantage in the sport of basketball. But nobody's stopping him from playing basketball.
I agree.
Like, where's the disconnect here?
So this is my whole thing with this whole issue is I need people to stop worrying about other people's genitalia.
This is the oh my god.
Because this year alone, there are 2 women boxers who have been subject to exactly what you're
That was
talking
my
about.
next point. That was my next point.
Emaine Khalif from
Mm-hmm.
Algeria
From Algeria, yes.
and Lin Yutang of China.
Right.
Now, Emaine, and I think I'm saying her name right. I want to say Imani because that's what it looks like, but
Right. Right. Right.
she was in a match with an Italian boxer.
Right.
Match didn't last more than 30 seconds because she hit it in her face one time, and the girl said, "That's it. I ain't never been hit that hard in my life.
As she
I
should.
want out." Okay? That caused an uproar because somehow this led to everyone assuming that she was transgender, which, especially in America, I don't know what was going on in the rest of the world and outside of the Olympic bubble. But
Right.
social media over here, everybody was running with it.
Right.
Y'all letting men hit women. This is this, that, and the third. She is from Algeria, where homosexuality is against the law. So
Mm-hmm.
y'all think Algeria, a known homophobic country, would send a transgender person to the world stage at the Olympics in search of gold? Had she been transgender, she would not be alive.
Right. Right.
Okay? She would not be alive.
Mm.
Come to find out that, yes, she is a natural born woman.
Right.
She has always been identified as a woman. There are pictures of her as a child. Her passport says she's a woman.
Right.
Same thing with Lin Yu. Because she beat the brakes off of her opponent, they said the same thing. She's Chinese. All of her documentation says that she is a natural born woman.
Right.
Why are we concerned about people's genitalia? And I know this is going to get people upset, but if a person tells me that they are a woman, I'm going to believe them. I don't care what's going on in your pants. Yes, some transgender women are bulkier and some women are not. But there are also transgender women who are not. There's
Right.
also natural born women who are built like linebackers.
Right. Right. I
What do
mean,
we?
so this is a little bit of a parallel. My wife is a fashion stylist. She's working on a project right now. She showed me the comp cards of the people, the models that she's about to work with. One of the models she showed me, she was just like, and he is such and such. I said, he who? Where is he? And I looked at the picture and I swore it was a woman. And then I looked after she said it was a he, and then I was like, oh, okay. And so like this happens. Just people have abnormalities or variations of what they look like that can cause them to look like either or. I think the issue is when the Olympics first started, it was started as a sport for only men. During the time of the Olympics, very popular, women decided that they wanted to compete. The
Mm-hmm.
men did not want them to compete, and they beat them down so much they decided to allow the women to compete under the caveat that they would be competing in a women's category. I am under the impression that they created a women's category because they did not want women competing against men, because there are many women out there that can beat many men doing the exact same thing. Plain and simple. Like,
Hallelujah,
have
amen.
y'all been looking at the Olympics this year? Just look at what this women rugby team did out there during these Olympics. I said, Don't put me in a room with one of these rugby women and tell me to have an argument with one of them, because y'all will never see me again.
To that point, literally, there's one that is very popular right now. I think her name is Ileona. I don't, forgive
Mm-hmm.
me,
Mm-hmm.
but she is she's popular on social media. Like her TikTok is popping. I've seen her on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. The amount of vitriol that she has gotten based on her physique as a woman rugby player is
Crazy.
absolutely. So it's like, I'm bringing this phrase back. Is it Uchiwali or is it one mic?
Listen.
Because she's built for the sport that she is
Yes.
playing
Playing.
against other
Exactly.
women that
Exactly.
are built just like her in the
Exactly.
sport that she is playing, but y'all
Exactly.
still have a problem with how she is built.
Exactly. I'm a 6'4" tall black man that is decent in basketball, but I have a cousin, Danny, who's a woman who played for Connecticut that will wipe the floor with me in basketball. I'm just saying, women are better than men in a lot of things. It just depends on how you train. And when it comes down to these records, people are getting faster and faster every single year. The gap is getting smaller and smaller, and you can't tell me that some of these women can't compete with men. Track and field, gymnastics, swimming, all the sports. Like, I don't care. Like,
Let me
I
tell you
think that's
something.
literally the reason they don't want to ruin their own records. They don't want to. They don't want to do that.
Katie Ledecky is not human.
She's not human.
Okay.
She's not human.
I don't know what female species she is, but she is a mermaid of some variety, because the amount of speed that I have seen in replays of her, where like she's on her third lap and the people she's racing with is only on their second lap, is absolutely absurd. And
Yes.
I, for one, would love to see her in a race for charity against like Michael Phelps. So I am certain
Yeah.
it would be a lot
A
closer than
lot closer.
people
A lot closer.
think,
Yes.
because they don't
Yes.
want to give her credit. And she's another one where I've seen people also question whether she is woman or. So I need y'all to make up your mind. Like,
Yeah.
women can be athletic. We have
Yeah.
proven that.
Yeah.
Simone Biles exists.
Yeah.
Serena Williams exists.
Exists. Come on.
Katie Ledecky exists. These women
Come
exist,
on.
and you
Come on.
see them, and they break records. They are winners.
Mm-hmm.
And like, if you can't handle it, just say you're not. Like, you just say that you're mid. It's okay to admit that you're mid. I'm mid. When it comes to sports, I admit everybody's beating me at everything when it comes to
Listen.
sports. I know that.
Listen.
I am not good at a single sport. I know that. I don't see these women or these men and be like, oh my God, she must not be a woman. Or, oh, well, if I saw a male ballet dancer who did an astounding pirouette, I would never be like, oh, he must be feminine. I am mid. That is
all,
talent.
all these things that are meant to separate us are because of someone's inadequacies.
Mm,
That's all I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, black people weren't allowed to compete back in the day. But
we were
guess who's
not.
at the top of all of these gold medal platforms? Like, guess what it looks like. When it always, I was just talking to my therapist about this. Every Olympics, we forget about racism apparently,
Oh yeah.
because when the blacks are leading our nations to the top of the podiums, nobody got shit to say then.
I know, because that's what we're doing. We're supposed to do. We're supposed to shut up and play. But then we make it political, because our very existence and our very and us just being at the Olympics and excelling is political, and
It's
people don't
crazy.
realize that. You know what I
Crazy.
mean? To that point, because I'm gonna seg real quick, because I know we're gonna do our check in, but
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna get this off the, because this was a topic, and we're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
this out the way really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Marlins player. Wait, no, Ravens player. Excuse me,
Right.
who's named Marlon Humphreys, who, after Simone Biles and Jordan Childs won silver and gold, while Rebecca Andrade won gold in the Olympic
Silver
medal,
and
in the
bronze, you mean?
silver
Silver and
and
bronze.
bronze, excuse me, silver
Yeah.
and bronze, and then Rebecca won gold.
Right.
Simone and Jordan decided to bow to her as
Right.
she stepped up to the podium.
Right.
He got on Elon's app
Of
and tweeted
course.
out
Of course.
literally disgusting of this image. I need you to understand, Marlon Humphreys, that no one knows who you are. You got more play on that tweet than I'm sure you have ever gotten on the Ravens team.
Off the back of who? Simone
Off the
Biles
back
and
of
Jordan Childs.
3 black women.
And Rebecca Andrade. Yes. This is
Three black
what are we
women.
talking about? What are we talking
You,
about?
like, what? The fact that you didn't even understand how dope it was for the first time in Olympic history that there was an all black
Three black.
podium
Come on. Come on.
and
Come
two
on.
black women decided to give another black woman her flowers in a public setting lets me know that you don't know what teamwork and sportsmanship is actually about.
At all. At all.
Okay?
At all.
You, sir, are second rate. I don't even know. The crazy thing is, the history books will remember Simone Biles, Jordan Childs, and Rebecca Andrade.
That's right.
You won't even be a blip.
Mm.
And that's what's literally disgusting. I won't be a blip either, but I'm okay with that. You know why? Because I don't hate on people unnecessarily, unless you're Amanda Seals, because I really don't like her. But that's neither here nor there. But to get up there, I can't stand her.
Oh my God.
But to get up there and try to denigrate those black women for giving another black woman her coins, I said it once, I'm going to say it again. Sometimes the things that y'all tweet and share on social media should just be sent to your group chat.
Inside thoughts that should stay inside.
Yeah, like
parents shouldn't let it out. No.
Just send that to your group chat. Sometimes I have really wild takes. I don't tweet it out. I don't get on my Instagram and put it out there. You know what I do?
Yeah.
I message Ryan.
Facts.
I message my women friends.
Yeah.
And then I message Ryan and Vance because Vance is more out of order than I am. So depending on how he reacts, lets me know how out of pocket what I thought really is. Because if Vance agrees with me, then I know.
Another person thrown under the bus.
I know that I am out of order. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's
like
there.
It's like it was like you watching these people battle it out, and they have a mutual respect for each other, because it wasn't like they just woke up in the morning and they said, "Oh, you cute, go to the Olympics." No, they worked their behinds off to get to the stage, only to compete against each other, and everybody's just like, is it going to be Rebecca? Is it going to be Simone? Is it going to be Rebecca? Is it going to be Simone? Is it going to be Jordan? Is it going to be like this is what it was. And so for it to happen the way it did, no matter where anybody was on that podium, everybody was going to have respect for everybody. And Simone went out there and won the gold for another event. And this event, she thought she was going to get it and made little mistakes that would have gotten her the gold, but she didn't get there. But somebody of equal ability went up there and got that. So she had to congratulate that. It wasn't like it was given to her. Like, she earned that. Like, so what are we talking about?
And while we're on the topic, this is not Amanda Seales slander. I need y'all all to understand that your parasocial relationships with these celebrities are not like, I need y'all to go outside and touch grass, especially when it comes to Simone Biles. There were two things that I saw on TikTok that I was going to make videos about, but I'm not. But I'm going to talk about it right now. There was one woman, I don't remember her name, but said that she did not think that Simone Biles should be competing in the Olympics. She's overrated, and she's able to make this type of claim because she competed competitively for 5 years. Ma'am.
Sorry.
Ma'am. Okay?
All right.
I need you to be so fucking for real in your life. Okay? I need you to be so for real. Just say that you were jealous of Simone and keep it moving. That's an easier pill to swallow than for us to believe that because you've had 5 years of competitive gymnastics. And we don't know if that 5 years was from the time you were 3 to 8.
Listen.
Or 8 to, like, we don't know what years those were.
Listen.
Okay? For you to get
Simone
on the internet and say that,
Simone literally has disciplines out here that are named after her.
mhm,
So when any gymnast goes out there and attempts to do what they cannot do, if they somehow land it or they attempt it, the announcers will say, "Oh, she's going up to do the Simone, or she's going up to do the Biles, or whatever." This is what is overrated. Like whole entire
yeah.
moves that were never invented until this girl hit the gymnastics gym and decided, I'm gonna make this up and I'm gonna do it, and nobody else can do this. They're gonna try, but they are going to bust their ass. Plain and
My
simple.
girl said she could speak on it because she competed for 5 years. And when
Come
she
on.
said that,
Let's get
I busted
real.
out laughing.
Let's get
The other
real.
thing I want to say is some of y'all were upset that Simone Biles' husband took a picture wearing her gold medal. Again, I need y'all to go outside and touch grass. Because if I win a gold medal or somebody in my family wins a gold medal, the way you would think that I was the Olympic champion, the way I'm rocking that shit if they let me, please be fucking for real.
Let me just
That man may have had his little blip about not knowing who she was. We know he lied. He's a man. His ego got the best of
Oh
him.
my god.
Okay? But for y'all to get online to the point where Simone had to be like, I let everybody in my family wear my gold medal.
hmm
And,
hmm
he
Because it's
just took
like
a picture of it.
it's such an aspirational thing. It's like they will never have a chance in life to have this. So, I mean, I have the access. I'm going to let my people, have your little moment or whatever, because you're having this moment because I went out there and earned it. Like I don't like I can do what I want with this.
The way that gold medal would be my profile pic on everything. Everything. Do you
Facts.
understand me?
Facts.
I'm putting it on my resume.
Facts.
You know when you put your little objective? Simone Biles is my wife and won a gold medal. 8, as a matter of fact. And
Mhm.
I am proud of her.
Mhm.
So I just need y'all to touch grass because
Gotcha.
y'all comment on things that y'all will never have access to. And that's what boggles my mind.
Mm.
You would never date an Olympic qualifying athlete. You will
Mhm.
never have the opportunity to do so. So you don't know what that feels like.
Right.
So again, some things are better left in the group chat with your friends
Right.
than putting them out on social media and making you look like the crab that you
Yeah. Sidebar. I'm looking at you
are.
in your
Mm-hmm,
face right now, and you're
mm-hmm.
inspiring me. I think I'm gonna get a bust down for my birthday. What you think? What you think? A bust down?
I fucking hate you. Where's your wife? Do y'all hear him? A bust down?
I literally would look like my sister with a beard.
You really would.
Yes.
Because the way that y'all faces are identical,
No
you
way.
really
No
would.
way.
You literally would. Now I got to get you a bust down
Oh
because I
no.
need to see
Oh
this
no.
now.
Oh no.
Halloween,
Shout
the
out to
Virgo
Saucy. I can't do it.
season,
I can't do it. I can't do it.
the Halloween special episode of Virgo season. Ryan in a bust down, looking like Asia. I'm ready for it.
No
I'm
thanks.
ready for it.
No thanks.
Sidebar. Now you mentioned Asia. So I took a video yesterday
Uh-huh.
of a gigantic insect
Uh-huh.
on my balcony asking for help.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Randy,
Yes.
who I know through Asia,
Uh-huh.
let me know that it was a cicada. To which I said, well, he's gone now, thankfully. I want no parts. Then Randy decided he was going to partake in bug propaganda and tell me that cicadas are not dangerous to humans. That is what a bug would say, Randy. I'm not falling for that. That bug was trying to get me.
I don't think cicadas are dangerous to humans. I think they're
Not
dangerous
you
to
being
the
a bug propagandist too. I don't care.
First of
That
all,
bug was the size of my hand. I want no parts of it.
cicadas,
Okay?
are they supposed to wake up? It is August. Okay, so I guess yeah, they're supposed to wake up now. Yeah, yeah. Sounds
I
about right.
don't care. He needed to go back to sleep because I want no part. And he was just chilling on my wall.
Leave Randy alone, all right?
Wind blowing. Well, it makes sense you're gonna defend him because you a bug propagandist too. Talk about some they're not
What did
dangerous to
the bug
humans.
ever do to you, Joyhdae? What did the bug do to you?
Exist. exist. I hate insects. There's not one single insect that I like. There's not one single insect
If
that I
you
think is cute. I
if
don't
you
want to hear it.
if you was
No.
talking about them damn lantern flies, I would be with you. But the cicadas, I don't know. Them lantern flies, why do they fly like that and then they just drop in on you like a torpedo and then
Nah.
just land there? Like what is so weird? Like
Nah.
they don't even fly gracefully. Like what is wrong?
Nah.
No, thank
I'm
you.
not gonna hold
No,
you.
thank you.
Lantern flies are diabolical
No,
because
thank
they be
you.
like you really be minding your business. Like I'm just gonna scoot on past you, and then they be like, "Now I'm gonna dive bomb you," and then you look
Yo,
crazy because you trying to
it
like,
hit you, and you like, oh, like
like
it's literally like a rock hit you.
I'm
Crazy.
not gonna hold you. Lantern flies are diabolical. I don't like any. I don't like any bugs. So anybody that comes into my mentions, there was also another. I can't remember her name, but on my Facebook page, a young woman let me know that it was a cicada. She gets a lot of them in the South, and that they're
Mm,
okay too. I appreciate you trying to help me,
mm-hmm,
Mama, but let me tell you something.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't want it.
Okay.
They said something about birds eating them. I don't want birds on my balcony either. That was
Okay.
not making me feel better.
All
But
right.
I just had to get that off my chest. I'm
Okay. I,
sorry.
I have something to get off my chest before you get into all your rest of your
Okay.
topics and stuff. All
Okay.
right. Monday, y'all gonna stop
Mm-hmm.
coming for me. I am one person. These
I'm glad I
episodes
swallowed.
are long as shit. I have so much to do to get ask see if any one of your podcasts that you see on YouTube, if they don't have a team doing the editing, see if they can get the episodes out as quickly as I get the episodes out. I'm sorry. It is what
Yo.
it is. And coming this Monday when this episode supposedly comes out, if not Tuesday, don't talk to me because I'm getting ready for the Missy concert. All right? Don't call me, don't text me, nothing. I'm
But let me
going
tell
to
you who
see Missy and that's it. Okay,
I
good.
be throwing you straight under the bus. I be like, I don't know. I
It's
recorded
Ryan.
and I just
It's
hand it
it's
and I
Ryan.
hand it over to. I be like, I just showed up for the recording and let me find out for Ryan. I be throwing you straight under the bus.
Yo, I'm gonna start throwing you under the bus.
They be like, Janae, this episode. I be like, I don't know. Let me go
Mm-mm.
ask Ryan.
Yo, these edits take so long. It's crazy. I don't know
No, they do.
who told us to do video. I don't know who told us to do that. You weirdos.
Somebody did, and then we were not gonna do it, and then you was like, we should probably do video, and
Cause
then I was like, okay,
because
because if we weren't, I would be in my bonnet right now. I
we
had to
not.
pull out Old Faithful because my natural hair. If you follow me, you know I've been
Mm,
rocking my natural hair this
mm-hmm,
week. It
mm-hmm.
was not cooperating, and one thing about me is I'm not about to be on video looking crazy.
We are not one of them old school podcasts that got the built-in audiences.
Mm-mm.
This is 2024. We got to be on video. So
Yeah,
unless
yeah,
y'all want
nah.
a raggedy episode with no graphics
We
and nothing
could.
and every 17 seconds, cool. I'm gonna just put them out. I
I
just
mean, I
can't do
think.
that.
See,
I
I
can't do
just
that.
said.
I can't do that.
I was gonna say. I
Um.
think we've gotten better with the but I started that off with
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I'm
mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go.
All right, just go. Just go. Whatever. I'll figure it out.
Rihanna at crop over. This is not a topic really, really fully, but my girl, chef's kiss. Okay, chef's kiss.
Mm.
I just needed to get that off my chest real quick. So
Rihanna is the queen of Barbados. If you've ever gone to Barbados, you get off at the Barbados airport. You would think that the airport is named Rihanna Airport. Like
it's
literally
coming.
every single signage, everything is Rihanna. Everything is Rihanna from the time you get off the airplane. Actually, not even. I think on the airplane itself, the papers that they give you, all that stuff is Rihanna. Everything, all
I'm
the way
sure
till
they
you
said,
leave.
"Welcome to Barbados, home of international music
Facts,
superstar Rihanna Robin Fenty."
facts.
It'll be Fenty International in a little bit.
I'm sure it will
It's
be
coming.
billionaire.
I do have a ghetto story that needs advice,
Okay,
so I'm gonna read that.
okay.
I met a great older man, and we're getting married in December. We attended my cousin's destination wedding in Jamaica, and I used that opportunity to have one last fling before I get married. After my fiance fell asleep, I left our room and hooked up with a groomsman and two locals just for fun. I had the best sex. I wanted to use protection, but this time my hookups were different. We bonded on an emotional, spiritual level, and I refused to use a condom with any of them.
Mm,
I contracted super gonorrhea,
mm,
and it's basically untreatable.
mm.
My fiance wants sex, but I'm unavailable until I get this cleared up. It's been 2 months. If I tell him what's going on, he'll know I've been unfaithful.
Mm.
Advice. Before you give advice, in case anyone doesn't know what super gonorrhea
Mm-hmm.
is an extensively drug-resistant gonorrhea with high-level resistance to the current recommended treatment for gonorrhea, including resistance to penicillin,
Mm.
sulfonamides,
Mm-hmm.
sulfonamides,
That one. Yep.
and a whole bunch of medicine, because I can't
Mm-hmm.
pronounce none of these shits,
Mm-hmm.
are called gonorrhea superbugs or super gonorrhea.
Mm.
So what's your advice to this lovely person?
I'm gonna chalk this one up to to the game because that's it. That's it, man. Because won't be me if this dude continues with you. He's like the saint of all saints, and I also think he's a idiot of all idiots. It is what it is. I have nothing really to say here. Like, are you crazy? People make this shit up, Jade. I keep telling you.
I
Come
mean,
on, come on.
it could be. It could be. I just want to know. So you haven't had sex with him for 2 months and your man's not asking any questions?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to ask questions. If I'm engaged to someone to be married and we at one point had a decent sex life, we didn't even have to have a phenomenal sex life, but just a decent sex life,
Right.
and we don't have that anymore out of the blue,
Right.
no one's asking questions, he's
It's
cheating on you too.
it's like this is a dumb question. You know the answer. Don't ask us questions that you know the answers to. I tell my kids that all the time. You know that you messed up, and
Mm-hmm.
there's no reason why you should be a fiance to anybody if you want to still be in the streets catching super gonorrhea. Couldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't
I'm
be
sorry.
me either.
Like gonorrhea,
Especially,
doesn't that show up like on like can't you see it? Like isn't it
I believe
visible?
so.
It's
Also,
so.
the fact that you said you wanted to use condoms, but y'all bonded on an emotional, spiritual level
Mm-hmm.
in a during a destination wedding in Jamaica, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Sir. I don't know if this is a man or a woman,
That's true.
but
That's true. Mm,
y'all bonded on an emotional in a day. You're not ready to get married, and you
mm.
should let that man go. If he's older and he has money, send him my way.
Speaking of which, I just want to kind of go back a little bit to the beginning where we started. I brought all of this up because I was thinking back to the time when we had that game where it was an eighth grade question and it was talking about chromosomes and we were talking
Mm-hmm.
about the XX being people with
Mm-hmm.
vaginas and XY being people with penises.
Mm-hmm.
That's not necessarily 100% true. There's lots of people that have vaginas that have XY chromosomes. There's lots of people with penises that have XX chromosomes. So I just want to clear that up a little bit. But yeah, cool.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that is true.
Mm-hmm.
We forget about intersex people that exist too. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
another.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris made her VP pick.
All right. All right. We should have started with this because this
We
is
should
great.
have.
Like
Because let me tell you something.
I have not been so
Before
excited in a long time.
I need y'all to go back to highbrow Negroes. Because who said it?
That wasn't your first pick though, because I remember your
No,
first
I
was
said
here.
it was going to be either Andy Bashir or
You did.
Tim Walz. And
You
then I
did.
said it's either going to be Harris Bashir or Harris Walz.
Yes.
So
But
I called it.
your first pick
I
wasn't
did. But we
Walls.
didn't talk about it
It wasn't
after.
Walls though. It wasn't Walls
It
though.
was Walz was in the top two. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm,
That's
mm-hmm.
that's how you know the ability is real, because I'm not out here just pulling shit out
Okay.
the air.
But where is my lotto numbers, Jade? That's the question. That's the
Let
question.
me hit
Because
mine first, and then I'll share with
you
everybody
telling
else.
me all this oracle nonsense does nothing for me. All right, it does nothing
I'm an
for me. All
oracle.
right. Okay.
I am an oracle. So
Mm-hmm.
for those of you who do not know, Kamala Harris picked Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as her running mate for the 2024 presidential election.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
Timmy, I love me some Timmy. Okay? I
Yeah.
love me some Timmy.
Yeah.
So a little bit of his
Yeah.
background, but if you don't know, he served 24 years in the Army National Guard, retiring as a command sergeant major.
Mm-hmm.
He worked as a social studies teacher and a football coach in Minnesota,
Yeah.
which, as a football coach in Minnesota, he had a gay student come up to him and tell him that he was being bullied. And Mr. Walz decided that he needed to start the Gay Straight Alliance and figured what better person to do so than a football coach who was straight and married to a woman
Back in the 90s.
in
You
the
know,
90s.
in the
Okay,
90s. It's
he was
crazy.
elected. to the U.S. House of Representatives in 2006, representing a rural district in southern Minnesota, and became governor of Minnesota in 2019. Okay? These are some of his accomplishments. He has promoted policies supporting union organizing and workers' rights, advocated for a $15 minimum wage, oversaw the removal of state-imposed abortion restrictions, legalized recreational marijuana, implemented free school meals and public college education for families earning under $80,000 annually. The other reason I love Uncle Walz, Uncle Tim, is because Uncle Tim is unhinged, and I love me an unhinged white man.
Yo,
there's nothing that makes my heart smile more than a progressive, unhinged white man. Okay.
Yo, I've been waiting for the Democrats to get rid of all this respectability, traditional politics, and step into the level that the Republicans have somehow found themselves in. And we can do it better because we have some sense. That's all I'm saying. It's just so much better to see them calling it like it is instead of beating around the bush today. This is great. This is great.
So, Timsy, Uncle Tim, came up with the so far most effective Democratic takedown of Republicans, which is very simple and has stuck and has them upset. He's called them weird.
Weird.
He's like, these people are weird.
Even though I own the term weird, I enjoy the term weird, but now it has a whole new connotation. So I'm not sure if I'm too happy with it, but I get where he's coming from. I get where he's coming from.
But see, there are two types of weird, right? There's the weird that we celebrate, right? Because everyone should be an individual.
Right.
And then there's the weird that Republicans are, because they fixated on people's genitalia and what's going on in people's bodies, but want to tell me that they are better suited to tell me how to live my life, when half of them always get arrested for child pornography or child abuse or cheating on their wives or things of that nature. Yikes. They are weird.
Yikes.
They are weird.
Yikes.
Uncle Timmy still did for me when he said that. But then
this is the best part.
When Kamala and Uncle Timmy was in Pennsylvania
for the first rally,
on that stage,
first rally,
Uncle Timmy was talking about how he can't wait to debate JD Vance, and then said that's if he could get up off the couch. Waited for the audience to finish laughing and said, "See what I did there?" I said, "Hot diggity dog."
Yo,
that's right, Uncle Timmy.
You know what's so crazy? Like I looked at this video so many times, this portion of the video so many times. And as he was talking and he was leading up to the punchline, right? He was scratching his ear, scratched his nose, scratched his hair, because he was debating on if he should land the joke. And he was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing it. And when he went for it, it was so amazing.
Apparently, I don't think it wasn't an unprepared speech, but he didn't have a teleprompter.
It was so amazing.
If Uncle Timmy pulled that, if he remembered that without a teleprompter, I also cannot wait.
I think that was
for the debate.
I think that was off the cuff, Joyhdae. I do not think that was inside of the speech that he had prepared. I don't think. You know what? Though
you're actually right, because I shared an image, some clips with the Tufts group chat about Kamala in the background. And it's the most auntie moment. This is the blackest I have ever seen Kamala, because she went from
so good
to wanting to laugh so bad.
I have not seen a presidential candidate and a vice presidential candidate have so much fun together since Barack and Biden. And not even them could be as childish as these two.
No.
And they're older.
like the
oh
fact
my goodness.
That we are about to get, first of all, Kamala's social media team, her marketing communications team,
so good,
top notch.
Yeah.
So Donald Trump did not an impromptu, but he did a press conference out of the blue yesterday at 2:00, where he didn't answer questions, and he was very much being Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Kamala's communication team released a press release that started off with, I believe it said, "Old man took a break from taking a break to not make sense." And I, for one, am just, yes, let's lean
Yo,
into this. Yes.
when I tell you I'm so excited about the election now because I was not before, the fact that the Democrats are now completely like, here we go, everything's on the table now, instead of it being like, oh no, we can't do that, we can't say that, we can't be seen like that. Like, it's
And you know who
amazing.
we have to thank for that? Donald J. Trump.
Exactly,
Because if he
exactly,
wasn't so unhinged,
exactly.
we would still be buttoned up trying to be perfect, right? Because we had to
Right.
be perfect. Biden had to be perfect when he ran, right? There couldn't be no
Yeah,
hiccups.
yeah,
Donald Trump is so bad for everything
yeah,
that even the Democrats are like, I guess we gotta.
yeah.
I know Michelle said they go
I
low,
was just okay. Listen, I when
we
I
go high, and Gen Z and everybody else was like, Michelle, we appreciate you,
mm-hmm,
we do,
mm-hmm.
but they want to go low. We're going to take it to hell.
When I tell you, back in the days of the Obamas, I was very much on the Michelle Obama train when it came to
Mm-hmm.
that. The pandemic came, Trump trumped, and now I am completely Malcolm X. Do you understand? Do you understand, Jade? Like, it is like no holds barred now at this point. We got to do this, or else we
That's
will die. We will
no, it's
die.
so here's the thing too. So Kamala just had another rally in Michigan, I think. And she was interrupted at this rally by pro Palestinian protesters
Mm-hmm.
who she basically became a mom and was like, if you want Donald Trump to win, just say that, but I'm speaking. Of course, leftists are upset at that because, oh, she doesn't want to hear what we have to say and, she's going to be whatever. I need y'all to hear me clearly when I say this, okay? The fact that you were even allowed to disrupt rally, enjoy it now because y'all keep saying y'all are not going to vote. Or if you're going to vote for the Russian asset known as Jill Stein.
Right.
Y'all won't be able to do that under Donald Trump. Because here's the reality. Y'all love interrupting Democrats, but we don't see y'all at Trump rallies interrupting them. And a couple of y'all have said that it's dangerous for y'all to do so. So if you think it's dangerous for you to do it at a Trump rally where he is vying for your vote, what do you think is going to happen if he wins the election that you're deciding to sit out because you don't think that this is the right time for you to posture when so much is on the line?
Listen,
I need y'all to be so fucking for real.
you're speaking facts here. You're speaking truth.
I just need y'all to be real. Robert F. Kennedy is not a viable candidate. He's a psycho. The man has a worm in his brain. Every time somebody interviews him, he admits some shit that they ain't never asked him about. You know what I mean? They be like, "Hey, Robert, how are you?" Well, I killed a bear and dropped it off in Central Park when I.
He had
No
to.
one asked you.
Nah, he had to. The New Yorker, I believe it was. I think that's the publication. They were coming for him. They already told him that they was about to drop it, so then he got ahead of it. So that's what that was.
Can you warm us up, Robert? I asked you how your day was. This is a Wendy's. I did not ask you for Burger King. This is a Wendy's. Okay?
Oh
He
man.
also alludes to the fact that he had possibly raped someone and
Oh
has
man.
not confirmed nor denied it. But if the texts come out, then we'll talk about it.
Oh my
Okay?
gosh.
Let's talk about Jillian Stein. She is an op. Jillian Stein is not serious, and I need y'all to realize that. Jillian Stein, I did some more digging on her. She has run for local offices. She has under the Green Party since 2022. And you know what she's done with all of those elections? She has lost. Jillian Stein is a professional loser who is funded by Russia. And I need y'all to understand that. If she can't win locally, what makes y'all think she can win nationally? I need y'all to be so for real. I am not okay with what is going on in Gaza. I am
Right.
not. I do not think genocide is right by any means, but I am also an adult who understands that if I don't make the right choice this year,
Yeah.
there will be no more right choices after this.
Right. And I also feel like they'll be open, especially with Walz as our running mate. I think they'll be open to hearing out the side of the pro-Palestinian people And changes will be made once she's in office. I am under the impression that that's what we're voting for. I could be wrong, but I want to believe that that's what we're voting for.
You know, if you say that to one of them out loud, they'll say this is the time because when she's in office, she doesn't owe us anything. No, when she's in office, that's when you make it hell. That's when you really protest and you let your elected officials know that now you made these promises and we need to make you do the right thing. Y'all are withholding votes, so then Republicans get the majority in the House and the Senate, nothing gets passed, and y'all gonna still be bitching and moaning because you decided to withhold your vote. I'm telling you this right now. Donald Trump wins. I live in a sanctuary state. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear y'all protesting and throwing up GoFundMe's because Donald Trump done threw all of y'all asses in jail. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it when it becomes illegal because y'all decided to sit this out because y'all don't know how to be adults in the room. I care. I don't like seeing babies obliterated. I think it's disgusting. I think Netanyahu is a war criminal. I do. But I'm also cognizant enough to know that if this were a plane dropping from the sky, they tell you to put your face mask on first before you try to save the person next to you, even if it's your child. I'm putting on my face mask. And if you want to be mad at me about that, tough titty.
Well said. Well said. All I know is that the Democrats are energized. I saw some videos of people heading to the rallies. People were stuck in traffic jams, and so they decided to abandon their cars on the side of the road and start walking for 3 miles so they can get there. And then they put up the crowd for that rally up against the Trump JD Vance rally, and it was like night and day. It was not good.
Let me tell you how bad they're doing. JD Vance also had a rally and he had a sign behind him that said Kamala Chaos, right? When the audience was sitting. But then when the audience stood up, all it said was Kamala. Thank you for giving her free PR, sir. Thank you for giving her free PR. Like he's back there talking shit. And so any publication puts up just if there's no video and it's just a photo, it literally just says Kamala. On another note, Donald Trump has finally agreed to debate with her on September 10th, which means I will probably be having a watch party at my house.
I'll be there. And he had no choice, by the way. He had no choice.
He didn't, but it's Donald Trump. I thought he was going to drop out the race, to be quite honest. I thought he was going to pull some dumb shit and be like, I'm not doing this because I'm tired. Because he didn't want to be embarrassed.
The other thing
I love about Timmy, Uncle Timmy, is Uncle Timmy said, okay, let's vote this MFer out and let him know he got his ass kicked by a black woman. Talk your shit, Uncle Timmy. Talk your shit. I love Tim Walz, man.
It's like, it's one of those things where I have not seen a presidential ticket where I don't care who's the president. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that in my lifetime. And, that's amazing.
I'm good with either one.
That's amazing.
Because I know Timmy comes in, if something happens to Kamala, they're not ready for Timmy. Because they couldn't even come up. The fact that they have not been able to come up with a proper rebuttal for like them being weird, that's so simple.
Yeah.
And y'all haven't been able to come up with something to rebuke that. They've so far tried to attack his military record and say he abandoned his position when he heard about the Iraq war, which has already been debunked. They're trying to call him Tampon Tim because he put tampons in boys' restrooms when he was at the schools or whatever.
I just heard that he was advocate for all of the public schools having menstrual products for the people that menstruate in the schools. That's what I heard. And so how could that be a bad thing? I don't know.
But of course, if you put it because first of all, periods are bad and boys should never know how to actually deal with women or people who bleed. Right? So if you don't know how to do people, of course you know. So they're trying to call him Tampon Tim, which
all I want to say is, because we've been going pretty long, white man, don't disappoint me, all right? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying.
That is true.
All right.
Last thing we're going to talk about. Drake decided he wanted to release a lot of things. I didn't listen nor look at near of the things that Aubrey has dropped because not my ministry. Did you?
You said we were going to talk about this. I didn't. What is there to say? Okay. Who's paying any attention to this? I don't know. I heard it happen. And then all I heard was, what was the name of the Instagram? 100 gigs something, some weird Canadian slang, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not tuning in for this one. So I don't know.
Okay, good. So moving on because we don't care.
I heard you had a game. I heard you had a game. Since we
I do.
I wanna clear it out. I wanna finish up on a game, and then I got a few jokes for you.
Okay.
They're not as risque as last week, but I found them to be funny. So yeah.
Okay, so I do have a game,
All right.
but it's the ABC game. How this game works is you and I are going to tell a story using the ABC.
Okay.
I guess I'll start it. And then I'll start with the letter A. Your sentence has to start with the letter B until we complete the alphabet.
All right.
Simple enough?
Let's hope I can remember the alphabet. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
And mind you, y'all, these are no notes. We don't got nothing. This is off the dome.
Off the dome.
Okay? Anvils are evil.
Bitch, what?
Come on now, you heard me.
You don't say. Oh, I don't know. I should have started with a D, right? Damn.
Every time you speak, I laugh.
For real?
Go ahead now. Tell your story.
Hell, I just might. Oh, you see what I did there? I didn't even think about that. Oh, look at that.
But that was good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that you did that though.
Just because I'm black? This is great. This is a great game.
Keep that racial stuff off the podcast.
Let me go ahead and let my sister know. I don't know.
Man, you're bugging.
Nah.
Okay, if you say so.
Photosynthesis is a thing that happens. I don't know what the... All right. Pro Waltz. Yeah, I like that one.
Queen Kamala made a great pick.
And Ryan likes it. No, and
Ryan likes it.
Ryan.
See what happens when we do things off the dome?
Taking things to the next level.
Understand, we are lit.
Victory.
See, I thought you was going to go with like Virgo, but that's cool.
That was like that was a layup right there. Okay, I can rewind. I can Virgo season.
We in this bitch.
Xylophone. I don't know.
It's the way you said it like a question. Xylophone. Yeah, I've heard of those.
Zeitgeist things. What a story. I like this. We're going to get better at this. We're going to try this again. Yeah. We got to do this at the beginning of the episodes. This is great. Yeah.
The fact that was the most all over the place, nonsensical story ever.
I like it.
Before you get to your dad joke.
You don't usually come with good jokes. I mean, good games. That was great.
Before we get to the dad joke, really quickly, there are riots happening right now in Britain that are basically xenophobic, homophobic, you name it, you got it. Yeah. They're targeting people of color. I want all of our people of color, Black, Muslim, Arab, Spanish, whatever, Chinese, to stay safe. I have seen videos of a young Black girl crying because she was so scared to walk home by herself, and a white woman had to basically say, I will walk you home. They have to get through me. They are beating people up. They are looting. They're doing a whole lot of things because they're claiming that immigrants are taking their jobs, which sounds very familiar to us in the US of A. I just need y'all to be safe, and I need white people of this ilk to be so fucking for real because y'all are not working. Okay? If your job was that easy to take, then it wasn't yours to begin with. You were not working. You had the millennia of a head start, and the fact that your life is mediocre is nobody's fault but your ancestors because they did not instill in you what you needed to do to get the head up that you thought you deserved. So, yikes. And that's to the racist. This is not to white people in general because I don't want nobody in my mentions talking about I'm being racist. These are to racist white people who think that immigrants are coming to any place and stealing your job when you have had a hand out this entire time.
This started with a terrorist that they assumed was a migrant in Britain. Come to
Mm-hmm.
find out, he was a homegrown terrorist. And
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
the prime minister decided to go out on a limb and be like, yeah, it's the immigrants, without actually fact checking, and then had to come back and apologize, which caused all of these riots in the first place. What are we doing in these places? And I blame Donald Trump. I don't care what you say. I blame Donald Trump. I know this is
I
across
blame
the
him
pond,
too.
but I blame him. But go
And
ahead.
I blame him too because I definitely saw a young white girl get the name Trump tattooed across her forehead. So I blame him. And she's in Britain. She had nothing to do with America and she has his name. So
Oh,
he's made y'all feel comfortable. He's made some of y'all of a certain ilk feel comfortable. And I'm going to be 100% real with y'all. We about to make y'all feel very uncomfortable in the next couple of years because I don't like to say, I used to say we are not our ancestors, but then I realized I can never survive what my ancestors had been through. So I'm going to say, not only are we our ancestors, we are their wildest dreams. And we're a little bit more prepared than they are for what y'all gave them.
mm,
So y'all need to prepare yourselves because we're not, as Kamala would say, going back. So
listen.
just need to get that off my chest.
Speaking of which, what did the beach say when the tide finally came in?
Beach, please.
Long time no see.
Get off my phone.
These are true dad jokes this week, all right?
Yeah,
True
these
dad
are
jokes.
true dad jokes.
True dad jokes.
What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K? And yes, it's another Yoda joke.
I am not a boomer. I did not watch Star Wars and I don't intend to, so I have no idea.
You don't know Yoda? Yoda said HDMI.
Lovely. Like what? That was for somebody, not for me. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that I enjoy telling bad puns. That's just how I roll.
Go away. Go away.
Okay.
I want to create a product that's a laxative, but also contains Advil for the pain. I'll call it I be pooping.
We are not doing a good job today.
Yo, that would tickle me when I saw it. I don't care. That tickled me.
Oh my gosh. All right. So this past week I was in Atlantic City. We went down there because we enjoy going down there. But, it was double duty because the kids are going back to school and we are doing school shopping. They got a nice little outlet down there or whatever. One of the things that we saw that was an attraction down there was swimming with sharks. How much did you think it costs?
An arm and a leg.
There we go. All right. Okay. Oh, Lord.
Did you hear about the watchmaker who was half Spanish and half Irish?
No.
His name is Juan O'Clock.
That's better than every joke I have today. Oh man, this one was a submission from Will. How much did the roof cost?
A house?
Nothing. It was on the house.
Shut up. It was on the house.
It was on the house.
I don't have any more.
Okay. All right. What do you call a cat with 8 legs?
Octopussy?
An octopus. Jeez. Oh God. What do you call an anxious fly? I'm gonna keep going until I land something that's great.
What do you call a what?
An anxious fly.
A tick?
A jitterbug. No, that laugh wasn't big enough. All right. I think I'm gonna save that one for the last one. Where'd you hang out in medieval times?
A pub.
Nightclub.
Shut up. No, shut
Oh gosh. All right. One last one before we get to sign off. Why did the pony ask for a drink of water?
I don't know why.
Because he was a little horse. Virgo season show at gmail.com is the email address. We got a new submission from Will this week, so I see it's working. I'm gonna keep telling y'all Virgo season show at gmail.com is the email address.
I can't. Oh my God. You can also find us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Virgo Season Show.
Mm-hmm.
You can find Ryan at Old Black Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find me at Joyhdae.
Okay. All right.
Oh God, a
All right. You
little
ready for
horse.
this? You ready for this last one?
Yes.
What's it called when your friend from high school starts dating your mom?
That's gross. What is it called?
A faux pas.
Yo, I love it. Yeah. I love it in the laser zone. Like, let me play it in your face. Like,
Playing in my face. Apple got to get it together. Damn it. Virgo season.